And Travis Etienne is at number 2 for me. And it wasn't an extremely difficult choice.
Yeah.
I mean, Etienne, he's balled out in his 4 years there. He's the all-time ACC leading rusher in yards. So, I mean, there's nothing to take away from him. He's got the breakaway speed, running a 4.45. Granted, Najee also runs a 4.45.
Right. There's a lot of quick
Just
backs
as much
in this
speed.
draft.
But, I mean, Etienne standing at 5'10", 205. I mean, he's got the speed. He's got really good balance. I mean, like, you've seen him on countless plays where he breaks a tackle, he'll spin off somebody, put a hand on the ground, keep his balance, just tiptoe the sideline. I mean, there are not a lot of bad things you can say about him. He's great in the passing game. He actually even returned some kicks.
Yep.
So, I mean, Etienne does some of everything for you.
Right.
But what we also have seen is that he can get bottled up. It's like in the Notre Dame game when he had 12 carries for about 28 yards.
Ooh.
I mean, we know Trevor Lawrence didn't play in that game, but his backup balled out.
Yep.
And Etienne got stuffed.
Yep.
He had a much better outing the next time when they played him in the ACC championship game with Lawrence out there. But that made it seem like it was really just more so because Lawrence knew when to check in and out of actual run plays or when to actually pass the ball.
Yep.
So, I mean, he did not get off at all without Trevor in front of him. And that could be like a small bit of a red flag. Like, wait, you can only do that when you have like the best quarterback prospect that we've seen in quite some time standing in front of you.
Right.
So, I mean, I think he is possibly a late first round pick type of talent, if not very early second round. He'll probably go in the first round. But I have him as a second running back. He's definitely not going ahead of Najee just for the couple of knocks that he has. And that's not even a big knock.
Right.
And he's got low usage, so he will actually still have juice in the tank. Even though he played 4 years, he was averaging less than 14 yards a carry for his higher tenure there.
Right.
So he'll come in something like what Zeke was and not overrun. That's usually the only real knock that you have on Alabama running backs is they run them into the ground before they go to the league.
Yep. That's true. Travis Etienne is a true weapon right now. I mean, the fact that this guy played all 4 years when he easily could have went to the league after his sophomore season, but he chose to get better, and now here he goes to the NFL, and I think we're going to go ahead and get to our number 1 running back, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, man. So there's only one left. I know you just mentioned him, but Travis Etienne out of Clemson. This is Alvin Kamara 2.0. I mean, some people are maybe even talking about Saquon Barkley. I know Saquon's struggling with the health right now, but when you saw when Saquon was healthy, what he offered in both aspects of the game, and overall just a true power back, but he could also be quick around the edge for you as well. He can do it all realistically, Travis Etienne, from catching patches out of the backfield, which he led the nation in for running backs, 588 yards. He can effectively, but most importantly, efficiently and competently run routes like a receiver. You can put him in the slot if you need to. Obviously, he'll be coming out of the backfield, maybe on a Texas, on a swing route, or whatever it may be. But Travis Etienne, he feels like the ultimate weapon at the running back position for this draft. I mean, clocked at a 4.4 back in March. We know the guy can move. He can block in the passing game. And I think he's the biggest playmaker in this draft. He is the biggest home run hitter in the NFL draft because we've seen it plenty of times. We've seen it to where he might be running a little laterally behind the line, but as soon as he sees that hole, boom, he's taking off to the house. He's going to try to take it for a touchdown. And you look at 2018, 2019, that really showed us who he was able to be in some of those best seasons in his career, you know, back-to-back 1,600 yard rushing seasons, but then also including an over 2,000 all-purpose yard season in 2019. But when you look at how Etienne has been able to stay so hungry ever since his freshman year, he had 12 catches. Well, we'll talk about his sophomore year, rather. 12 catches for 78 yards in his sophomore year. He went to camp the next season and told the Clemson coaching staff, hey, I want to be more in tune with the passing game. I want to offer more in the passing game. Please get me my reps. Let me be able to step up to the plate and show you that I can catch these screens. You can put me in the slot if you need to. You can have me run these Texas routes or these swings if it has to, because I can be that guy for you. And the fact that he was able the fact that he had that mentality early on to go to his coaches, because you don't see that a lot out of young guys. Guys, you know, they might be, and I think Etienne's a first rounder, you know, like you said, maybe high second rounder at worst case, just because, you know, with all the talent that's flowing in this first round, quarterbacks, wide receivers, you know, offensive linemen, there's no telling where these running backs are truly going to land. But when you see that Etienne at a young age went to his coaches knowing that, hey, I still had a good sophomore season rushing for 1,600 yards, but I want to be even better. I want to go and add 400 plus yards for you in the passing game because I believe our team can be that much better. And you don't see that in a lot of players. I mean, we might, talking about college, even at the NFL level, overall, I mean, even in sports, seeing guys being able to, hey, I know I'm good, but there's still plenty of improvement left for me. And when you see that out of a young talent who's been balling all 4 years he's been at Clemson, specifically in 2018, 2019, he was still a force in 2020 as well. I think Travis Etienne is going to be a surefire RB1. Like I said, Alvin Kamara 2.0. Compare him to a Saquon Barkley. Maybe even a Dalvin Cook if you want to. But I truly see an Alvin Kamara in him because of what he's able to offer on both aspects of the running and passing game. Travis Etienne is going to be my number one running back, brother.